In a previous video we showed you how to take your spare tube, make it compact and waterproof, place it in your saddlebag. But there are a number of other tips that we've suggested in other videos to make the spare easier to install and save you a lot of headaches. So we've put this together in a single video. Let's take a look. What you'll need, of course, is your spare, a valve core removal tool. You can get these on Amazon, they're cheap. Some Loctite red, some baby powder, or you can just use plain cornstarch, a few rubber bands, and some saran wrap. Remove the spare. The cap and the nut. Now this is important if you're using CO2 cartridges to fill your spare tire after a flat. Oftentimes the adapter will more or less freeze to the valve core itself. When you go unscrew the adapter for the CO2, the valve core comes out and you're sunk. So what we do is we'll remove the valve core, and on its threaded edges we'll use some Loctite red. Reinstall the core using our valve core removal tool. We'll tighten down the core as tight as we can. That, along with the Loctite red, should keep that from popping off when we use our CO2. Next, we'll sprinkle the tube with a little bit of cornstarch-based baby powder, or you can use plain cornstarch if you have that sitting around the house, and just place it on the tube and run your hand along the tube until the tube is well coated. This will allow the tube to move up into the tire itself and not get caught under the bead, as sometimes happens when installing a new tube. Now we'd like to fold this tube such that the valve itself is in the center of the tube, not sticking out the side when we fold it. The key to this is go ahead and let some of the air out by opening the valve. And we're going to hold it like this. The valve is centered, and we're going to be tapping it as we fold from the other end. The valve is open, it's centered in the tire itself. We're going to take it between our two fingers and use our thumb to tap on the valve to let the air out as we fold. So starting at the other end, we'll begin folding and tapping to press the valve to let the air out. When we get to the end, we'll press down on the tube itself close the valve. Move the valve towards underneath the tire. We have it nice and compact. Should you want to, you can add the nut. I usually do not bother since I'll have one on the flat, which I can use, but I will cap it so the cap doesn't dig into the tube itself. Take one of my rubber bands, put it around, some saran wrap, wrap it nice and tight, pull the edges in, finish wrapping, place one more rubber band around each end. Tube is nice and compact and ready to be thrown in your saddlebag. Should be waterproof and should be easier to install than if we took it right out of the box. If you have any questions, additions, please comment below. Subscribe to keep up with our latest videos. This is Tony, 10 Speed. Safe cycling.